Is that why you chose the poly life, or did the poly life choose you?
I think in some ways it's both.
Just want to interject here real quick. You said he can love multiple people at the same time.
Yes.
How does that work?
I don't think you could love truly multiple people, in my opinion.
We need to be committed. This is a relationship. It's not a conventional relationship, but it is a relationship nonetheless.
Has she fallen in love before, prior to? Because then if that, then
Yeah.
why start now?
Yeah, she has.
Yeah, but then why start with you and not the prior relationships? That's what I don't understand.
Why start?
Why is this her first polyamorous relationship with you and not with her previous partners?
Have you ever thought that maybe you just like, you could love a lot of people, right? You could love multiple people, but you just haven't been falling in love?
First of all, I don't think it's ever going to be mainstream because I just think it's a very difficult task. Like, dealing with one person is hard enough.
I think it's bullshit because you know why? Because guys and women and guys will date multiple people at the same time and have sex with them anyway. They're just being dishonest about it. Whereas a polyamorous relationship, like you're upfront.
Always this ADHD,
He's always doing something.
ADHD.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't got food this time, all right? I'm fasting.
Yeah, right.
All right, so I'm gonna start. Okay, welcome guys to P.M.S. Another episode. I'm Vincent and I'm here.
Sirkan from Central Jersey.
Brett D, also from Central Jersey.
Mondo from New York City.
Ray from Michigan.
Wait, hold on. Before we start though, our guest today, Brett, he's being very humble. But if you guys get a chance, please follow Brett D. He is an artist, a musician, a rapper from Central Jersey. So guys, I'm gonna put his information up in his panel. So you guys, hit him up also and listen to his music. He's got some good stuff for you guys. All right,
Thanks,
let's
guys.
go. All right, Brett. So I guess break off the topics for us. What are we discussing today? Since you're our honored guest.
All right, so topics that we got today. Well, one of them is difficulties dating in your 20s and your 30s. And next topic is, are young men checking out of relationships? And we're also going to be talking about poly relationships.
How have your dates gone? First part is, how hard is it to get a date? And second part is, how are those dates going? And what do you see as a problem?
Well, it really depends on the person, because every person is different. Because when you're in your 20s and you're not financially stable and you're still going through, a lot of things emotionally, and you're trying to figure out your place in the world and stuff. I think the difficulty is you don't know what you want, or you're either just looking to get laid.
So this is telling me that commitment, people are scared of commitment. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
'cause the way you're talking, it's like wishy-washy about dating. Like,
Yes. Sorry.
one second you want it, the next second you most likely don't, and it's so easy to jump from relationship to relationship.
Right, and especially now that we have online dating, people have options. People have way more options than they used to, and I think that if men are given an option to pursue a committed relationship, but they're still going through all those things and they have all those things online, and they think that they can always get better, that the grass can always be greener, they're not going to want to let go of those options.
Is that why you chose the poly life, or did the poly life choose you?
I think in some ways it's both.
I'm sorry, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, let him.
You want polygamy. I didn't know that. I just want to make sure. I thought it was
All for free
Polyamory.
love, dude. Yeah, polyamory. Yeah.
Not polyamory.
So in this case, it's not.
Polyamory is-
So it's not even this case. It's not even this case of just like having sex with multiple people. It's you're genuinely like in love with multiple people.
You
Oh,
can
yeah,
be in
yeah,
love
I
with
completely
multiple
agree,
people.
man. I think we could have multiple loves in our life, but each one will end eventually. We have multiple loves in our life, but then I think we have a lot of love stories, but then we're looking for that one life story.
Well, if you really think about it, though, back in the day, monogamy meant one person for the rest of your life. Now monogamy means one person that you're dating, and then if you break up with them, then you're in another monogamous relationship, and then you're in another monogamous relationship, then you're in another one. So technically, in the old adage, none of us are really monogamous if you really think about it, because monogamy means one person for the rest of your life. Our society has already evolved to the point where we have monogamous relationships throughout our life.
Just want to interject here real quick. You said he can love multiple people at the same time.
Yes.
How does that work?
I feel like you can have the same spark for two people, and it may be in different ways. If you truly love more than one person and you're willing to commit that emotional investment in more than one person, I think you can make it happen. Like, if you really do truly love more than one person, I do think you can make it happen.
Is
You
it
could love truly multiple people, in my opinion.
is it fair
What's
to
that?
say that because we know what love languages are? I don't know if you guys know what the 5 love languages are. You know, the
Yeah,
first
but-
one. What was that? No, not from the from the
Oh,
book.
you're
Probably
talking about affirmation,
Audio
touch,
affirmation, touch,
gifts.
quality
Mhm.
time spent time, quality spent time, and gifts and all.
Gifts.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
would you happen to say that you can love multiple people based on those if they fit the criteria for every single one of those love languages? So, like, say for example, you wanna be loved by someone giving you gifts, or you
Mhm.
gift giving, so you have that person for that. One
Mhm.
person is giving you words of affirmation constantly, so you have that person for that.
Mhm.
And so on and so forth. Would that apply? I'm just trying to figure this out because
I
I've
think,
never loved more than one person
yeah.
at once.
No, I got you. No, I think no, and to answer your question, yes, I think so because like I said, like if you're dating multiple people, or you're loving multiple people, no two people are exactly the same. I feel like they're going to meet your needs in different ways, and you can meet their needs in different ways. I'm not saying it's the right way or the wrong way, or because it's not for everybody.
I've done research on it on Reddit because
Uh huh.
that's like, honestly, people will make fun, but there's a lot of good information on there. And based
Sure.
on a lot of the stuff I've read, there's a lot of people who are trying to be poly, and it's very difficult.
Mhm.
It's actually a lot of drama, is what
It
I've
is.
been.
It is
So
very difficult.
how did you get into it? How did you get into this type of relationship?
So it was something that my partner and I agreed upon, um, because we we loved each other, but um, we figured that just being ourselves, just being just the two of us, and the points that we were at in our lives, we felt that a monogamous relationship wasn't going to work, and it might be better suited if we seek out uh, other people. But we still loved each other. It's not that we didn't, it's not that we didn't love each other anymore. We still loved each other. We still wanted to commit to each other and still be
But
there
doesn't
for
that
each
mean
other.
though then you don't feel like one person can fulfill your whole happiness? Is that so? Like you need multiple people, or like that person doesn't make you 100% happy? Because if you have multiple people, doesn't that mean that you're thinking, all right, look, she's my emotional rock. This is my sexual rock. This is my
Mhm.
different. You know what I mean? Like just the way Mondo was kind of putting it. But is
Uh-huh.
that what you're saying? Like you can't, like not everybody can give you everything you need in a relationship. So you need to have multiple people to fill that void.
Well, I think that that's how some people feel. Is that some people feel that um, maybe one person can't fulfill all their needs. Like maybe it's just not possible because of just who that person is and like who they are, like emotionally or socially. But they still love that person. They still value that connection that they have with that person, and they still want to pursue that. But this is just a different way to get their needs met, and
Have you ever
to keep
thought that
everybody
maybe you
happy.
just like you could love a lot of people, right? You could love multiple people, but you just haven't been
Right.
fallen in love. There's a difference between loving someone and
Yeah.
falling in love with someone else.
Now, I've definitely fallen in love with my partner, but what do you mean? Can you
But can
expand
you
on
like
that?
sometimes people can't differentiate like loving someone and falling in love with them.
Uh
Like
huh.
right now, like I'm not saying that's how you feel. Like maybe you're just not getting the right feedback about your relationship.
Hmm.
But I think that maybe you're just not in love, and that this is an infatuation.
Nah, I don't think so. Because I've definitely had infatuations. Like I've had infatuations with people, and I think I know the difference. I don't think this one is infatuation at all. I think this one is, we definitely have a mutual connection, a mutual respect for each other, and we understand that you know we love each other. We need to be there for each other. You know we need to be committed. This is a relationship. It's not a conventional relationship, but it is a relationship nonetheless.
So how did you guys start the conversation though? Like who started the conversation? Like how did you get into even the conversation of talking about that? Because it would be like if I was dating somebody, that would be a difficult topic to bring up because
Mhm.
technically you're rejecting that person as the only person for you, and you're saying, look, I like you, but you're not enough. I'm just saying this is the way I
Like
think.
is this the
Uh-huh.
first person you've fallen in love with? Is my question.
Oh,
Like
First,
was your last relationship the same way, also, or
my last relationship, no, I would say this person was the first person that I've fallen in love with.
So
and so
I'm
so did you
gonna
bring up this? I'm just curious, who brought up the topic, you or the other person? Has the other person have experience with this type of relationship? Because you
No,
don't.
no, this was my partner's
Both of
first
you.
time experience too.
Okay. But
Yep.
did you bring this up or did they?
I believe they brought this up.
Okay.
So can you say that she
Right.
loves you? She's in love with you.
Yes.
Can you say she's in love with you if she brought up and this is the first time she's been in that relationship? Like if she's been, if she, like, is this the first time, like if this is the first time she's trying poly and you're telling me that she's fallen in love with you, has she fallen in love before prior to you? Because then if that, then
Yes.
why start now?
Yeah, she has.
Yeah, but then why start with you and not the prior relationships? That's what I don't understand.
Why start?
Why is this her first polyamorous relationship with you and not with her previous partners?
I think it goes back to just like just because of where we were at in life and what we wanted and what we needed and what could work for us. Not only together but also as individuals. We definitely had different perspectives. We definitely had different worldviews and different priorities. And I think that this was a way to this was a good way to reconcile all of that, so that we can still be committed to each other, but we can also focus on other things as well. Like for me, it's been a benefit because I'm able to love her, I'm able to be there for her, but at the same time, I can focus on what I need to do. I can focus on my career, I can focus on my hobbies, and she could do what she needs to do.
I mean, you could balance all that out too. Like if she was really in love with you and you're in love with her, you could balance those out. Not every relationship is going to be aligned completely. You're going to have
Right.
like she could be in you like XYZ, right? She could be the X in a different plane, and you could be the Y in a different plane.
Right.
So you
Right.
can't, just because she perceives one way doesn't mean that's how you should perceive it also.
So
I disagree with the whole poly thing.
Well, I have a lot of friends who would consider themselves part of that community. Like Brett, you're actually not the first person that I know who is involved in polyamorous relationship. Yeah, I mean, as Brett was saying, that's really the crux of it, is that if you are in love with a person and if you have something that other person is lacking, why not find it in somebody else? Why not still continue the relationship because you love that person? And then whatever they're lacking, whatever they're deficient in, you can find it in someone else. That's the counter argument to that. That you can have.
Yeah, no, I understand poly relationship. Like I can understand it. It's just, I just don't like. I think it's very difficult to find. First of all, I don't think it's ever going to be mainstream because I just think it's a very difficult task. Like dealing with one person is hard enough. I think having to have, and the difficulty with the poly thing is like there's so many different. It's just like the spectrum. Like it can go so many ways. Like you have to really have everybody on board. And then you need to check in with everybody. So if you really think about it, Rays, it's actually more difficult to be in a poly relationship than it is to be in a conventional relationship. So they're actually taking on even more commitment because it's such a difficult task to take. Because when I read up on it, I was like, whoa. I'm like, and the terminologies blew my mind. Like, I mean,
I know.
I don't even understand some of the stuff they say. They write sentences, and I'm like, what? Is that English?
Yeah.
I thought you just said poly would make like your relationships easier because one person is not meeting the one needs, and then the other person is meeting the other needs that the other person can't. So then if you're trying to juggle both of them, like how does that work out? Make it easier for you compared to having just one person check in with.
Look, Rays. So just from me, this is all book knowledge, not personal knowledge. But from what I've read, because I did my research, because at some point I was like very intrigued, because I went, when you start getting into the rave culture, there's more openness and all this other type of stuff. And so the way it makes it easier is what I'm talking about difficult is the initial phases and then the follow-up phases. But once you get on board and you have, I guess your first relationship, second relationship, I know they have names for them, but I don't know them. But so you have your primary partners and you have your secondary partners. Mm-hmm. So your primary partner is the one you typically live with. You probably have a kid with. But the thing is, it's when you're together, you're together. When you're not together, you're not supposed to be judgmental, question the person. Like you have to respect their free time. And there's no such thing as like, oh, I haven't seen my partner in a couple of days. Oh, I need to bother him. Like if they're with somebody else, that's their time. And you need to respect it. This is where it gets difficult because you're going to have jealousy because you're never going to have, everybody on the same page. Like one partner might have two other people and you may not have any at that moment, but you can't. And like, I've seen articles where it's like, or I mean, Reddit conversations where one of the people's like, oh, I wanted to meet their partner, their other significant other, and they wouldn't let me. So it's like, the difficult part is getting two people who can respect those boundaries. The boundaries are like skewed, but you have to have a level of more openness that it's
So,
I think in our nature is very difficult, but
yeah,
once
no,
you
I get
have
it.
it,
I get it.
I think everybody can provide stuff. It's like a community, it's like going to get your milk from one store, getting the bread from the other. I mean, if you can do it, it's something really interesting. Like,
Yeah,
I give
no,
credit.
I get it. I get it. I mean, you can read about it, but Brett, you're
Mm.
the first person I know
Mm.
that does
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
how is it for you right now? Like, have you been successful finding a second woman, or how are you going by that? Like, are you just going dating out to be like, hey, I have a girlfriend, but it's okay, date second one,
I mean, so right now, I haven't been looking for a second woman. And not to say that I'm not going to, but I think especially like, while we were still figuring out the poly situation, like at the beginning, I think while we were still navigating it and getting to know each other and getting to know each other's like likes and dislikes and, you know, figuring out how to make things work. I think that kind of fell by the wayside, but it's, I haven't been looking for a second partner at this moment.
Okay, so does she have a second partner then?
Yes, she does.
Okay, so how does that make you
hold
feel?
on.
Though?
How about a third partner?
A third? Wait,
I don't know how many partners.
Oh,
I'm
does
just
she have a
curious.
third
No,
partner?
because
No,
you can
That's
have
true.
multiple
Yeah, you're right.
partners.
You're right. Yeah.
No, she doesn't have a third partner.
All right.
So
So
how
how
do
do you feel like starting
Yeah,
this new
yeah.
venture in your life, having like knowing that she's messing with someone else too? Like, how do you feel about it? It's your first time.
Yeah, honestly, man, like I'm cool with it. Like she lives with this other partner, and she's actually been together with this guy for a long time, like before she even met me. So
Oh, she lives with him. So are
yes.
you the number 2 or you're number 1?
Oof, this is a bunch.
Well,
That's what I wanna know.
that's
That's what
a
I wanna
fair
know.
question.
Yeah.
If
That's
you're
a fair
messing with
question.
Are you the
guy,
paramour?
he's
Are you
number
the
1
paramour?
and you're number 2. That's how I see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but not the
Because
she lives
paramour,
with
because
them.
no, but the paramour is a
Just-
secret. Paramour is technically a secret lover. Like there's no secret. Like he's aware. He knows.
Got you.
Oh yeah, but
So-
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
are you? Which one are you? Number 1 or number 2?
Well, we don't have like a number system for that.
No. I don't mean like number 1, number 2,
Yeah.
but is he the primary partner or are you the primary partner? I mean, she lives with him, so he's got to be the primary, technically.
Yeah, that's how I see it. Like, how do you?
Man,
Because,
he's been with
yeah,
him
he's-
longer too.
The terminology, whatever. Like, yo, to me, you're a side chick at this point. But
Nah, I
no.
disagree.
Well, you
disagree.
can't
Wait,
use that
wait.
that's how
term.
I
That's
see
not-
it. Like, if she
Nah.
lives
Wait,
with a
hold-
guy
No.
that's like,
No, wait, hold on.
He's-
But it may but it's not. But I don't think it's a case of number 1 and number 2 because we both, like I said, she's committed to both of us equally.
But
So
she's
in
been
your
with
wait,
him-
hold on. So Brett, hold
Yeah.
on. So in your relationship, it's not. There's
Yeah.
no primary.
Yeah.
It's the,
Yeah.
the love is from her is
Yes.
distributed equally between both.
Exactly.
Got you. Yeah.
First
Yeah.
of all, it can
Reese, does
never
that answer your
be. First of all,
I
it can never
haven't-
be. First of all, it can never be equal, but it's okay because nothing is equal in this world. So to me,
Honestly,
that you
distribute
so you
that.
in poly relationships, you have to accept that there's nothing ever equal because you're getting something specific from one partner, you're getting something specific from another partner, and the dynamics are different. But that's the whole point of this type of relationship is you're not supposed to be envious of anybody. You're supposed to be accepting that. Look, this is what I provide in the relationship. This is what he provides in the relationship, and she provides this to us in the relationship.
so if you don't have to answer too, but so what are you getting out of her that you're not getting anywhere else? That you can't
Me?
get anywhere else? Yeah, to go into this new venture.
I'm getting a loving relationship, a supportive partner, somebody that I love spending time with, love being with. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like
Yeah,
What
no,
are
he's
you getting
no,
from
but
her
no,
that
but
that you want to look for someone else.
no, exactly what Brett just described. He just told you what he's getting out of it.
Yeah,
He's
okay,
getting
but then
out-
what aren't you getting from her then that you want to look to look at another woman? What aren't you getting from her that makes you want to go look for another woman?
Well, I didn't say that I want to look for one at this point.
Yeah, he's not. At this moment,
He's
he's
not actively
happy.
looking right now.
He's content with where he's
So,
at
so
right
I think,
now.
so in poly relationships, if the individual is happy and they're happy with the configuration of the relationship and they don't feel necessary to look for another person to be involved in, they don't have to. And so,
because it could just happen. He may meet somebody one day and be like, "Oh, welcome to the
so,
club."
so just to circle
Exactly.
back, the counter argument for polyamory is basically that right now, because of hookup culture, people are essentially polyamorous. They're just being deceptive
Yep.
about it. But really, people
Right,
right now
right.
in dating culture are not monogamous at all. They're polyamorous. Instead of being deceptive, hey, let's just be honest. You can give me something, I can give you something. And Brett, let me ask you. Sorry to keep going back to you because you are the sole person here who's
Yeah,
who's
no,
in
it's
the
okay. And
relationship.
I'm sorry I keep like stumbling on my words. I just like have a lot to say, and I feel like
No, for sure.
explaining.
So let's say that you do end up meeting a girl by chance, and you
Mhm.
guys click, and
Uh-huh.
you decide to go. Like, you would be open to dating her, right? You wouldn't be like, no, I'm in a relationship. Like, you would be like, oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'd be open. If she's
Yeah.
cool, if we vibe, if we click, why not?
Yeah. And so basically,
the
Brett
other-
is benefiting from it. But if a girl comes along that, hey, I click with her, he's open to pursuing that relationship. Meanwhile, he's benefiting from this relationship that he's in now. He's getting things that would be zero if he wasn't involved in this configuration.
Yeah.
So my
and that's
question
what,
is,
and that's what,
yeah,
sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
go,
that's
go.
what and that's what I was gonna say is that like, I know the difference between like someone like wanting something from me and like, having a genuine connection. That's not the case here at all, like with her just wanting something from me, because if it was, she wouldn't be talking to me as much as she does. Like, she would only talk, because I've had experiences where, if a person wants something from me, they hit me up, they get what they needed from me, and then they ghost until the next time they need something from me.
Yeah, it's
So
consistent.
my question,
Your benefits are consistent.
my question is this. So again, I'm just putting hypotheticals out there.
Sure.
So say you meet somebody new.
Yeah.
Don't you think telling them that you're in a poly relationship could be a deterrent for a lot of women? Like, because it's not acceptable for most part, and most people don't want to share their partner. So how do you think you would navigate that? Say you met a girl, you like her, she likes you.
Mhm.
I mean, especially if she's a conservative person, she's gonna be very turned off, and you're gonna prohibit. So, like, do you think that being in a poly relationship could actually hinder you from meeting somebody, somebody new, or like to even build a poly relationship? Because the only way, the easiest way for you to have poly relationship and be healthy is you got to seek out those communities in your neighborhood, because honestly, it's an alternative lifestyle. It's not mainstream.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's tough. You're right. Yeah. It could be difficult because obviously, like if you lead, I can only imagine like if you lead, and I haven't done this before, but if you lead with like, hey, I'm in a polyamorous relationship, if you lead with that, like right off the bat, I could imagine, that would be a turn off.
Yeah. Just to add to that, I think you could treat it like you treat any other previous relationship. You don't start off a date by saying like talking about your ex, on the first date.
Hold on, but he's dating somebody. He's with somebody. You see, that's the issue.
I think no. If you're dating someone, if let's say
he's in a poly relationship.
if I'm in a poly relationship and I met someone new and I'm interested in them, I'm not going to start off with, hey, I'm in a poly relationship. Again, we do that with any date. Date.
No, and I think it's also like, the what if situations. I feel like, because my partner and I have talked about this too, and we feel like that, like, for stuff like that, we can come up with like, different like scenarios and ways we would respond, but honestly, we really don't know the answer until it happens. And I feel like, once it happens, we cross that bridge and we get to it. And I feel like, whatever my gut feeling is will be the right move.
Armando. So Armando Reyes, I want to ask you, because I haven't heard from you much. But so if you went on a date with a girl, and then on the second or third date she tells you she's in a poly relationship, how would you feel?
I'd be like, why you waste my time? Because it's not what I'm looking for.
Well, it depends on where I'm at right now, what my intentions are for a relationship.
No. I mean, like, them telling you after like 2 or 3 dates, like, because the way Ein said it is like, oh, it's not something you would tell somebody right away.
It depends on my intention at the moment. What do I really want from this girl? You know, like, do I want to just have a casual relationship, or do I just want to be in something serious? If I want something
Well, hold
serious,
on. You go on dates with people just casually, or
not all the
Fuck
time.
boy.
No,
That's good.
we'll get back to the fuckboy topic.
well,
later.
no, because you said
Oh
it's
my
like
God,
You
here we
guys
go.
don't know the definition of a
to
fuckboy.
date with intention. I like to date with intention. So, like, if I'm
No.
taking someone on a date, I want
No.
something serious. So that's what I know. I'm just trying to understand. Like, you know,
Well,
you said,
again, it all comes down to, like you said, with intention. But what is your intention? Your intention is what? Serious relationship, casual,
well, dating. I would assume
polyamorous.
well, I would assume people go into relationships trying to look for a relationship, like to date someone. No, like,
Well, if you go
Well,
on
I mean-
dates, okay. So let's define what a date is. What is a date? What is a date?
it's like two people going out to build something.
dinner.
Like yeah.
Does
dinner.
it have to be
Going
to
out
So
build
my
something?
thing is like, no.
Right.
My question was like, how would you feel like after like 2-3 dates? Like you
Well, I
you're
mean-
going on 2-3 dates with a girl.
Right.
I'm not saying your intentions,
Listen,
but
bro,
2-3
she
dates
better
and
have
somebody just says
poly
poly,
in her goddamn
which
profile.
means like
Well-
she's with some other dude.
Right. So
She's
if,
with
if
some
my,
other dude at the time.
Clear.
You know what I mean?
Clearly, if my intention was to build something with this person and she tells me she's in a polyamorous relationship, me personally, I wouldn't go on dating her again because I'm not. That's not for me.
Would
I'm
you
a
feel
selfish
angry
guy.
though that you
Hell
that
yeah,
it
because,
took
you know, I don't-
2-3 dates?
How you gonna
You
you
would
with
think
her
that
the
would-
night before, and I'd be like,
Wouldn't
damn,
you-
I ate your pussy, and some guy was fucking you earlier that day. Hell yeah, I'd be like, damn.
You already ate her pussy on the second date, fuck boy.
Oh, well, I'm just saying, you never know what can happen.
But yeah. So my thing is, this is my thing was like, when would you bring when do you think is a healthy time? I would think on the first date you should be bringing this up like right
I
away.
think so too. I think so too. Absolutely.
You don't want to waste
Absolutely.
people's time.
I think it goes back to what Armando said. I think it all depends on what you're looking for. We're all human beings. Life is dynamic. Life constantly changes.
Right.
So I think if you're in a polyamorous relationship and then you come across someone after flirtation, you realize, holy crap, if this girl really likes me, I'm willing to end my polyamorous relationships just to be with her. I want to be monogamous again. And I think that's okay.
Right.
And I think if you don't want to reveal that you're currently in a polyamorous relationship and you want to first go on a date with her to get to know her more, if it's something that it could be viable as a monogamous
hold on.
relationship, I think
Yeah,
that's
Hold
okay.
on,
you're
hold
being
on.
honest,
Hold
like
on.
that.
When you where's the honesty then? Because you're with
Yeah,
someone
like-
else. To them, that's
Yeah, there's
remember
no-
the other
To them,
person.
it's cheating.
I-
To them, that would be cheating.
No, I
Because
think
you
that-
don't believe it's cheating. It doesn't.
There's
matter
a
for the
there's
other
a certain level of, well, if you're just dating at first, how is it cheating? There's a certain level of
It's not
dishonesty every single time that you go on a date with a girl. The
That
first
is
time.
true. Yes.
There's just no denying that. And also on the girl's part. We all lie to each other in the first date. We don't reveal all our skeletons in our closet. And I think
Not impressive.
polyamory is because it's not something that's mainstream.
That's
I'm
why.
perfectly okay that if a person, for example, right, if I was dating a girl and she told me the third or fourth date, hey, by the way, I'm involved in a polyamorous relationship right now. But
Hold
I
on.
really
Did I kiss her or have sex with her yet?
I-
Because if I did, I'm
no,
pissed off.
No, yes, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I think if
I don't want to have kissed her until I know.
I agree. I would have no sexual relations with a person. If I'm the person in a polyamorous relationship, I would not have sex with
Dude,
a
there's
person
STDs out there.
until I reveal to them that I am involved in a polyamorous relationship. But it's not something. I think it's okay for a person to be involved in a polyamorous relationship, and maybe if they're not sure about it, or if they think that, hey, maybe at some point I can meet someone that would be worth having a monogamous relationship, I don't see a problem with you omitting that fact, lying about it, misrepresenting yourself. I'm okay with that. And like I said, if a girl that I really like, let's say it's a month in, right? And she tells me like, hey, I want to tell you the truth. I've been keeping this secret for a long time. Our first few dates, I was actually involved in a polyamorous relationship for a year. And, and I ended that relationship. I got myself tested before,
No.
Had sex.
That's not what I
If
was
she
talking
did that,
about.
dude, I wouldn't care. I'd be like,
No, I
whoa,
don't care about.
cool.
No, I don't care. I don't care what they did in the last.
No, I'm
relationship.
saying if
if
in
you're
our first
currently
few
in a
dates-
relationship. Yeah, currently in a relationship. You should tell that.
I
right
think
away. If
before
you're currently
sex,
in a
I think before sexual interaction, yeah. I think
dude, before even
that's
me
something to do.
kissing you, dude. I think that you see.
Alright,
I think
so-
that's
so my
you
question
get
is
kissing.
now-
I think that's first date.
I think it's bullshit because you know why? Because guys and women and guys will date multiple people at the same time and have sex with them anyway. They're just being dishonest about it. People are benching each other left and right.
Yeah, but
So this
benching
idea
is
that,
but you're not in a relationship though.
Benching you.
No, but you're not in a relationship either when you're dating. So what's the difference between somebody who's involved in a polyamorous relationship?
I
Let's say-
understand your logic.
Let's say, girl,
I
yeah,
know,
let's say
I
girl-
I still won't
that's
accept
what I'm saying.
it. Dude, I understand your logic, and
Yeah.
most people will not accept it.
Logic's impeccable.
No, I understand your logic.
Yeah,
dude,
it's
trust me.
just people
but-
are just dishonest about it. Whereas
No,
the
you know what?
polyamorous
No,
relationship, like
the
you're
issue,
upfront.
the issue, it's not mainstream. Like it's like the same thing as being transsexual. Like, oh, when do you need to tell them you're like a trans? You should tell them right away. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I think it's similar, in my opinion. Like to me, you being polygamous or a transsexual is like it's the same thing. You need to tell me right away that you're in another, you're with somebody else, and you're looking for either a main squeeze or a side piece, or you're
so-
not really a man.
Hold on.
I mean,
so
or
so
a woman.
no, hold on. So if you're a fuckboy, should you tell the person right away that you're a fuckboy?
No, well, that's the fuckboy is something bad. That's somebody who's doing something.
well,
Fuckboy
well,
is never going to
well,
reveal
You're
that.
lying. Dude, by the name,
What? No,
you're
what
lying.
Yeah,
You're
fuckboy is
lying.
different.
No,
Fuck
dude, the
liar.
fuckboy is like you're lying. You're a
Yeah.
liar. You're
Fuckboys are very deliberate, and they're very
Yeah.
like they're fucked up. They're very malicious people.
What I'm trying to
Yeah.
tell you guys,
No.
though, is that this is happening in the dating world right now. It's just that people are being deceptive about it. And I think polyamorous people want to be honest about it, but because of the way that society treats them, the way that you guys are judging them right now, for example, that you're judging Brett's relationship, I'm trying that he has to justify.
I'm not judging.
Well, you guys are. You're saying like, why?
I'm curious. No, I'm asking.
You might.
So Brett, like if
No, you
Yeah.
guys are judging. It's okay. You guys are judging.
I'm not judging.
No.
Dude, I'm not
I
judging
do-
his relationship. I'm just judging in general, like the need to, like, this is something that needs to be said right away because it's so not a norm. It's not a norm.
so
Like,
yeah,
if I'm like intersex, like I should tell someone on the first date. Like that's something because that's not normal.
So
Like,
do you
if
think
it's not the
fuckboys?
norm-
So do you hold the same standard to
so-
fuckboys?
Dude, a fuckboy is a person who's lying and deceptive to begin with. Of course, they're not going to tell because they're fuckboys. They're lying about it.
Right, and the fuck girls too. They're just the same way.
Dude, I understand what you're saying, but those are people. The name by nature means you're deceiving people, so you're not going to tell the truth. Of course, you should be honest with the person you're going to go on a date with, but people lie so that especially if they think they're not going to get access to sex, they're going to lie.
I think it's all about
So-
intent
so-
and context. Oh, sorry,
So-
Ace, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, so
What's up?
Brett,
What's up?
like, are you getting everything you need from your partner, or are there places that she doesn't fill?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, right now she is like she's fulfilling everything that I need right now. Like I have no complaints.
So then, wouldn't you say that she's using you more than anything, because you don't need anything else from another woman, but yeah, she's using you because she's only wants one part from you, and then she gets others from the other, other voids from someone else.
No, because
She's only
like what I was.
suggested it.
No, but it's like what I was saying before. I can tell if somebody's using me or not because, like I said, she wouldn't
It's
be
genuine.
like I said. We wouldn't be spending time. We wouldn't be spending the time that we do together and talking to each other if she was using me. She wouldn't make that kind of commitment if she was using me. Like if she
No,
was
but
using me,
he's getting more out of it though. How would he be getting
Yeah,
less?
she's
He's
getting more
no,
out
but
of it
she's
instead
full.
of you.
No, how is that? No, he's all of Brett's needs are being fulfilled.
Yeah.
So he's getting all the benefits that he wants out of the relationship.
I disagree
How do you disagree? You can't disagree with what he thinks. What?
because wait till we take him to Colombia.
No. Listen.
Oh,
Dude,
God.
everybody,
Lord
listen,
Almighty.
guys. Everybody has a different need at a certain time in their life. You know, not everything is going to be based on the norms. Like, you know, for him, he's happy right now in the position he's in right now. But if he was ready to get a second partner, I think he'd go out there and look
Yeah.
for one.
Yep.
But I think he's
Yeah.
happy where he's at right now,
Yeah.
and he's giving him what he needs. He's giving her what she needs, and she's getting what she needs from her man. I mean, her other man. I don't know. Like I said, but again, if you guys don't have primary, secondary yet, then you guys just have a triple.
Trouble.
So my other questions: have you met him, and do you guys
Yes.
communicate as well
Yes. I've
on
met
a
him.
daily? Do you guys have a relationship too?
Not really. I mean, we're not like we don't hate each other, but we're not like best friends.
Hate each other? Why should you even hate each other?
No, we don't. That's the
I
thing.
know,
Is,
but
like, we don't.
You
don't
should just
hate
say
each other.
we're just friendly.
Yeah.
The fact that you said we don't
Yeah.
hate each other
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
is like this contention.
It's like an inner thing, right?
Yeah, we don't hate each other, but
Like
we don't
there's,
like each other. You know,
Yeah.
No,
that
but
sounds
I think
There's a
no,
veal
but-
of hatred.
No, but I feel like in the beginning it's like, you know, we didn't know what to think, and like he didn't know what to think either because it was his first time being in the situation too. So like, you know, I think that there was, you know, a little bit, but I think he's
Yeah, that
gotten
has to
used to it. Yeah, I think he's gotten used to it over time.
Like for you to get into poly, be okay with that? Like, how many relationships were you in before prior to this to make you feel this way? To be open to having a partner of multiple partners?
Well, I haven't had as much relationship experience as you guys have. I've only been in one other relationship in my life. Yeah,
So it's 50-50. That's pretty good number, man. At least it's 50-50. He's got
yeah,
both sides covered.
yeah, yeah. So I understand. You
Yeah.
got
Don't
you
you
got to
think you're
remember.
settling just because that's what she
Nah,
wants and she's fulfilling certain things
Or
for
because
you?
of the inexperience as well. The
Yeah,
inexperience can let you believe
that's what
that
I'm saying.
this
Like,
is the
I would
end
understand
all.
if you had like 10, 15 partners in the past 15 years that didn't work out.
So Ray Mondo, you think this type of relationship, one person's taking advantage of the other one? Is that what you're trying to say? So
I
hold
do.
on. Would it be hold on? If he had another girl, so another or not a girl, but
yeah,
another partner, would then if
yeah.
it was fair, would you be okay with it?
Yeah, I'd be okay with it. But
Yeah.
Well, you
since
see,
this is the first
because
time
because you're
for him,
thinking
and
you're
she's the
thinking
one who
you're
brought it
thinking
up, and she had
monogamously. You're thinking
So,
monogamously though. You're not thinking poly. In
so,
poly,
so
there are times
Yeah,
when one partner has less, the other partner has less. It's the dynamic, you know.
I don't know. Like,
exactly.
she's the one who brought it up, and she was already living with the same guy.
So hold
so
on, Brett.
Like,
Was
did
she
you
with
know
the
that
other
they
guy?
Brett,
were?
Hold on,
Did you
hold
know?
on.
Yeah, was she with
Let me
the other
ask.
guy while you were together? When you
Yeah,
guys got
yeah. Well,
together,
you
did
well,
she? Did
yeah.
you know?
So, well, when I first got together, they were broken up. So when she was seeing me, she was single.
but she wanted to get back with her ex. So she wanted the cake and
Oh
what's
no,
her name?
bro! I just find that so crazy that she was still living with him then when they
Yeah,
broke up.
No, they weren't. No,
they
he
weren't
had
living together. So you came in after they broke up,
mhm,
and once you guys got together,
mhm.
then after he popped back into the relationship, and she kind of didn't want to really leave him. She wanted him and you at the same
Hold on.
time.
You guys are just making up stuff now because that's not. I mean, he
No,
has to
that's
Yeah,
tell
what
the
he
No,
story.
basically
but
said.
we're wondering. No, but
I'm asking questions. I'm not
Uh,
want to know like
I
did
know, but you're
wait.
leading
yeah,
the witness.
if you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer.
the-
I'm just curious because to me, in my mind, I feel like that's using you.
No, I disagree with that because like I said,
somebody's raising.
if she was using me, we wouldn't be spending all this time together. Like I said, she
Yes,
would. If somebody was using me, they would just be hitting me up when they need something, and then I wouldn't hear from them for like
dude.
weeks.
Brett's accepted the poly life because, dude, the hardest part is when you only have one partner and the other one has multiple partners. So the fact that he can handle this is it's like big of him. Like it really is. Like if you're looking at it in a poly type relationship, but uh, I think he's in a good place. But the biggest importance is when he does find a partner, how his partner behaves. Because I've read again, this is all from just reading on Reddit. It's typically when the other person's not used to you having multiple partners and where they can't give you as much is when you really can tell the other person's intentions. So if he was
Mhm.
to get a partner and she couldn't handle the fact that he was spending a little more time with her, the other partner, then that would be an issue.
I mean,
And then it would kind of
yeah. I mean, if you don't
solidify
mind me
that the other.
asking, you don't have to answer. How long were you together in your last relationship?
My last relationship was 4 months.
I think that you went to poly after that with the second person. I think that's due to inexperience, and I think that in my opinion, you're not in love, and I think you love the girl, but I don't think you're in love.
I
That's my
disagree.
opinion, and I'm just being
I,
straightforward.
I disagree. I disagree, man.
Dude, love doesn't know.
Nah,
It doesn't take months to know you love somebody.
yeah.
Dude, Ray's Mondo. You guys, I think, are thinking too much through the monogamous lens. Like you got to think about it. It's the poly lens. It's completely different. It's like
Yeah,
you got like three,
it's
four different
The way,
shades.
Yeah,
the way
but
exactly.
I'm
sometimes
seeing it,
love can
It's a
also
different
blind
way.
you. We've all experienced that in
Oh,
different ways.
I'm
I
thinking
can't.
what it is. So my other question
He'll
is:
learn,
Is
won't he?
is this other guy seeing other girls?
Is this other guy seeing other girls?
That's not
Yeah,
his business.
shouldn't it be
I,
though? If you're in a
No,
poly,
it's really not.
I thought it was
Dude,
one big
dude, what do you mean?
family.
You need to know every way the train goes. Like the whole purpose of, dude, there are relationships where they don't even tell the other person who they're seeing or anything. They're like, look, when I'm not with you, I'm with someone else. When I'm with
Is
you,
that
I'm
true,
with
Brett?
you.
So,
Is
what's
Brett,
that
do
that?
you want to
true?
get married and have children in the future?
Wait, hold on. I want Brett to answer the
Is,
question. Like, is it true that you don't have to know what this other guy's doing?
well, I don't have
That
to
you
know
don't need
every.
to know who his other partners are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, I don't think so. I mean, if she wants to share that with me, that's fine. But but from what I know, he currently does not have any other partners. But she does not.
Wait,
But she doesn't prohibit him from like seeing anybody else. Like she says, like you can
Hmm.
see some other girls if you want.
Or
to.
you.
When you like,
Or,
when
yeah,
you
or
like
me.
sit down and have these terms, are you like, okay, is there with without condom with the other guys, or the other guy same thing? Like, did he get tested? Because honestly, like you could sleep with anyone you want, but then you want to make sure you're gonna be safe at the end of the day, right? So how do you come to terms with that?
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm unsafe at all. I think I would feel it in my gut if something was wrong.
Oh yeah, but when you feel it in your dick, like STD, it ain't going away.
Um,
That's all I'm trying to say. Like, how do
But
you like? Do you guys sit down and talk about that?
mhm.
well, dude, let me answer this. Like, so the poly life, they have a, again. I don't want people to think like I've read a lot on it. Like, there's like this unwritten law, like that you're protecting your partner. Like it's like, that's where they got it's called ethically non-monogamous. So they have this whole thing where it's like you're protecting yourself so that you're protecting your partner. And then again, dude, these people, like people in poly relationships, are not fuck boys or fuck girls, or you know what I mean. They're not going around just sleeping with
Yeah, but
everybody.
you don't
Oh,
know what
this is
people's
free
intent.
range.
Yeah, some
Well,
people aren't
that's why
being
you
honest
talk
about
about it.
Come
You
on.
talk about it. Like, these are all serious relationships they have. Like, they're not like just sleeping with everyone. They're like, oh, they're building emotional connections. So most likely, like 90% of the time, is from what I hear, is like you will tell your partner, like, look, I made a new friend. Is somebody that I'm thinking about as, a secondary partner. You know what I mean? Like, typically the whole beauty of it is it's like it's all communicated. I don't know if
Exactly,
I
and
know
and
I'm
that's
speaking
no,
like out of turn, but
no, no,
it's
no. But
trust. You have a level of trust between
exactly,
each other.
exactly. It's the
But
truth.
dude, listen, even if you're in a monogamous relationship, you're risking it. You got to trust that your partner ain't sleeping with somebody else. Monogamy doesn't
Yeah,
mean
of course,
monogamy,
but at the
man.
same time, they're not going to be consistent. Hopefully, they're not going to be consistently looking at hooking up other people.
No, but you see, that's the wrong mentality. You think because they're poly, they're just going out there sleeping with everyone. They're not.
You're
They're
looking at it
looking with intent.
from the prism of a person who wants to be in a monogamous relationship. That's the problem. That's the issue. And I think certain people should be in polyamorous relationships. Actually, fuckboys specifically, they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. They should just go into the polyamorous community. It's probably better for them, better for everybody in general, better for women. And Ray's, what you were saying earlier about that, he's doing it because from a lack of an experience. Like, no, it's, if anything, he's gaining experience, right, Brett?
I
I mean,
feel
You've
like
never
I,
tried
don't
it,
want to speak
Raise.
for
I
you,
don't
Brett.
know.
You have less
no,
experience, Raise. You
You
didn't
have
try
less
it.
experience
I
than
don't
Brett
know.
right now. You haven't been in a polyamorous
You do. We
relationship.
all do.
We all
I'm
do.
jealous.
All of us. Brett's got more
Until
experience than
he's
us.
hooked up with another girl or has another woman in his life besides her, I'll be like, okay.
But you
What?
see, you're looking at it. You see, because you're looking at it as a monogamous, because you're like two. Both of them have to have done the same thing. That's not how it works,
Yeah,
though.
that's not how it works. Brett is getting what
Dude, he
he
could
needs.
have. Yeah.
Nah, that's
And
how
so,
it works, bro. Come on. Both parties got to be messing around with other girls, guys too. Come on, bro. You get
no,
into
but
that.
they're not. No, but they're not. They're in a relationship. They're not. It's not like you go out there and be like, "Well, I can fuck anybody I want now." No, in a polyamorous relationship, if you meet someone and you click and you want to date them and they're open to polyamorous relationships, then you tell the other
You
person.
gotta.
You tell the
You gotta be open about it. Yeah.
the configuration that you're in. You tell them like, "Hey,
Yeah, like
you
you don't
met
have
this
to give all
person."
the details. You don't have to
Yeah,
give all the
yeah.
details
Just tell
if
them,
you
"Hey,
don't
I'm going to be
want.
spending
But
time with them."
Yeah.
yeah,
On
I'm
this
dating
Saturday.
somebody new. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you got to stop looking
dude,
at it from the prism of a monogamous person.
and
That's
dude,
the
you
problem.
could tell when your partner's dating somebody new. I mean, it's kind, like it's like you're gonna feel it. Like people change a little.
exactly.
And guess what? If the next relationship is not poly, then you'll go back to monogamous. It's fluid.
E-
You could
ex-
they.
Exactly. Like
Mhm.
if anything, this has taught me like the importance of just going with the flow. Be like,
Brett, question: do you
what's
feel
up?
any backlash? Are you secretive about this because you feel any type of way that people will judge you? Like, how is it? How has it been being in a poly relationship for you?
It's been good. I mean, you mean as far as like telling this to other people?
Society, work, any place. Like, I mean, do you keep this more secretive, like in the closet, or you know what I mean? Like, do you feel a shame a little bit, like at one
I
point
def-
or another? I mean, what are
well, I
your
definitely,
emotions when
well,
you
I
first
definitely don't.
started and now?
Yeah, no worries. So I mean, I definitely don't feel shame. If anything, like at the beginning, I guess it was just like difficult to explain to people, just because just because it was new and because it's I'd never been in this situation before, and like I definitely I talked to my best friends, and one of them was concerned at first, um, just out of, concern for me, just because, like, they were saying basically the same things that you guys were saying. They were saying, I just don't want to see you get hurt. I don't want to see you get used. I don't want to see you get, taken advantage of, because you're a good dude, et cetera, et cetera. But like, so I had to, it took time, but it's like, I think like anything else, it takes time. Like, it takes time for people to get used to an idea, and it takes time for people just to, like, see what happens. And, obviously, like, this wasn't a short-term, relationship with me and her. Like, her and I, we've been together for a little over a year now. And, like, my friends have heard these conversations like over and over again. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, so they've realized that, like, it's not going away. You know what I mean? Like, it's here. It's real.
So the funny part is, we all have had these conversations with our friends where we're like worried for them when they're dating someone, and it's not even, and it's monogamous relationships too.
right, exactly.
Not like,
Facts.
If you were, if in the beginning when Polly was first brought up, and you were against it, do you think she would have stayed with you still or not? If your opinion was different to be monogamous, would you? And then if she decides to say no, and not be with you, then can you really say that she was in love with you?
Well, that's the thing. Like, you can't know that, because, like, it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Yeah, no, they were, remember.
Yeah, but did you have a fear in that beginning that, hey, because, this is the first time for you, so you were like, oh crap, like, I don't want this. Like, do you, like, does she really love me or not? Like, if I say no, did you have a sense of, like, urgency? I'm going to lose her if I say no. That you just agreed, you know what I mean? Like, did you actually think this out, and not with just the emotions?
Honestly, no. Like, I didn't think I was gonna lose her. I didn't think I had, like, any kind of fear about that. I guess I kind of knew it was gonna work out just because of the kind of person that she is. Because, like, the kind of person that she is that she's able to really see things from multiple perspectives. Like, she's really, really open-minded.
So how long did it take for you guys to make that decision and say, okay, this is where we want to go? Was it like a day, 2 days, a week, a month?
Probably like a couple weeks.
All right, so you didn't know at the beginning then. You can't say that. If it took a couple weeks to figure it out, a lot of emotions might have been going through your head. Come on, you can't. Come on. I find it to be not normal for someone who is engaging into something new, especially poly, and not have emotions everywhere.
Well, there's definitely
emotions. From the start, it was like you were okay with that.
Well, I mean, there's definitely.
Dude, I have emotions getting into relationships with one woman.
She's the one who brought it up and was like, "Hey, I want to do this." In your mind, it's like, I'm in love with this girl. Like, if I say no, then she's gonna leave me. Will she leave me? Like, do you think if you said no, would she still be with you today? Like, if you're telling me, like, if you guys truly love each other, that's the real question, right? Like, if you pulled away right to by next week and say, "Hey, I want to be exclusive to you only," do you think that she will?
Dude, you can't. You're looking from a monogamous standpoint here.
I'm just asking, though.
That's not something dude. They're in a poly relationship now. You're trying to.
Yeah, you could get into it and get out of it.
As Ein says, change the goalpost.
I'm asking if his decision in the future, or her decision, will say, "Hey, I want to be exclusive to you and you only."
They can change their minds about the relationship at any moment. Just like you
exactly,
break up with a girl
all about
you want.
Yeah, but then if they say no and that's what you want, can you actually say that she isn't in love with you?
Dude, I've been in love, and then I married and then divorced. What does love have to do with
it? Sorry, Brett, we're cutting you off, but I feel like the questions you're asking is, again, you can pose that question in any relationship. How many relationships have you been where the girl's like, well, I'm not ready to have a relationship right now? How many guys are like that? I'm not ready to have a relationship right now.
I need my space.
I need my space. Right. You make the decision from there.
Yeah, I'm on Tinder.
You're basically what you're asking, Brett, is essentially, if you want to change the entire dynamic of the relationship, would that be okay with her? Well, probably not, because if you did the same thing to a person that you're dating and you tell them the same thing, like, hey, I want to change the dynamic, like, they're probably going to say no. If a girl, it's the same thing. Like, the questions you're asking.
If you're working in a relationship and your other partner is starting to looking on dating websites, like, what would you do? Like, you're changing the narrative. Like, you thought that person was just working on themselves to get back into the relationship with you, but meanwhile they're looking somewhere else. So yeah, if he changes the relationship, like, he's like, oh, we're in a poly relationship. Oh no, I don't want that anymore. Well, yeah, I mean, now you've changed the dynamic. So yeah, most likely she's going to be like, no, you're not, this is not what we agreed upon. So they would have to reconfigure the relationship, and they'd have to go to another phase of discussions, or, and like discuss it. Like,
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I think to add to what Sirkan said, I mean, yeah, there's people in relationships right now that you think about it and you're like, Jesus Christ, why is that person still there? And so again, because and you're looking at this relationship like, look, all the parties love each other. If the person is getting exactly what they need right now, like who cares? Like, what's the problem? There shouldn't be any problem. Let it be. And again, I said it earlier. Like Brett you're gaining experience of this. You know, at the end of the day,
Like,
you're gaining experience.
I feel like
But
I've
there is
learned
the
so
danger.
much.
Yeah, you've learned a lot
Yeah,
how
of
to be
course.
like to be in a relationship, to how to
Right.
love a person, to be in love, and all these things.
Exactly.
Whether you guys think it's genuine or not, it's still experience. And Brett, as he stated, he's been in relationships with people, or at least been involved with women where he knew he was being used. And so I trust his judgment that he can recognize when someone is using him or someone is actually being genuine with him. Like, hey,
And listen,
I want to try this. I want to make it work like this. Let's
but
give
dude,
it a shot.
you could be married to somebody for, we were in Rays, we were in, Mondo,
Yeah.
all of us have been in long-term relationships where the other person freaking changed the script on us. So it's
Yeah.
honestly,
Real quick.
dude, honestly, look, listen, look, I don't think I
So-
can handle sharing my woman, but to me, I give credit to people who can do it because, dude,
Yeah.
if poly relationships, if they're ever going to take off, they're going to take off in this era because people are
That's just
are
never
just
gonna take off.
acting. No, dude, people are
Never.
already acting polygamous
No.
or like they're in polyamory relationships. I mean,
Yep.
they act like it.
They just
people
don't
already
say
act,
it.
because like what did I say before? Monogamy initially meant one person for the rest of your life. It didn't mean we're dating, we're monogamous. Oh, I'm dating another person, I'm monogamous. Oh, I'm dating another person, I'm monogamous. No, that's not monogamy.
people.
Technically, we've already changed the goalposts on monogamy. So,
Or as
I
long
mean-
as the other girls don't know about as long as the girls don't know
Yeah.
about each other, it's monogamous.
yeah. Well, that's fuckboy, and that's messed up. Or fuck girl, or that's just cheating.
Yeah.
You see, but that's why they call it technically non-monogamous.
We're not dating.
I guess. I mean, it wouldn't work out for me at the end of the day. But if it works
It's
out
not
for
for
you, Brett,
everybody.
I'll respect you. Mad respect to you.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like I
man.
said,
No.
poly is not for everybody. There's some people that it just like does not work for. I never would have thought.
Dude, I think you need to try everything once in your life, and you know what, Brett, you're gonna be a better person for it. If it doesn't work out, you're still a young guy. You'll meet somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, and
Exactly.
maybe poly's for you, and you'll have primary, secondary, tertiary. Who
You
knows?
get that in 2 days,
Power
baby. You get
Power
whatever
Moors,
you
more
want.
Power
Well, no.
Moors, Backstreet Boys, and
Was
whatever
that
fucking it is.
was that Lana?
Paramore, Backstreet
Brett,
Boys,
Brett,
all the fucking
Brett,
groups you're gonna have.
Brett, why don't you tell us what
Yeah.
us monogamous people are missing out on from not being in a poly relationship?
Well,
Tell us.
Try to convince
Well,
Give us
me.
your
It's me
wisdom.
to being one.
Well, here. Well, here's the thing. I mean, do you really feel like you're missing out on anything? Like, because you might not be. You might not be.
Hold on. We're not asking you to turn
Yeah.
it around on us. We're telling you, sell it to us. Sell it to us.
Sell it to
Sell
us,
us.
baby.
Come on, sell it
Sell
to
it.
us.
Polyamorous in relationships.
All right, so
Make us
man.
want it.
All right, man. So I mean, especially for me, like I said, I feel like I get the best of both worlds. I have all the benefits of being in a relationship with somebody that I spend time with regularly, that I talk to regularly, and that I feel supported by. That I feel is not using me, like somebody that's genuinely in love with me and wants to be with me. But at the same time, I also get to do my own thing. I get to go to the gym. I get to, focus on my career. I get to do music. I get to run. I get to, do all those things. Because
So
I
you
don't
think
live
when you're in a poly relationship, you have more free time than
I'm
somebody
sorry.
who's in a
Oh, hold on
So-
a second.
so-
Wait.
I
I
can do
don't
all that
mean to.
stuff too
I
in
mean
a
to cut you guys off. I think me and Ray's probably have the same thought. In a healthy relationship, you're capable of doing that too. In a healthy monogamous relationship, you're still capable of going to the gym. You're still capable
I'm not-
of
Yeah,
doing
no,
things
I'm
on
not
the
saying
side
you're
and
not.
pursuing your
I'm not
career.
disagreeing.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I mean, what's the difference then between? Because to me, it's just like you're just in a healthy relationship.
You're not
But
convinced.
what makes it polyamorous then? Because to me, that just sounds like a healthy relationship.
Yeah,
What
Well,
makes
it
it
is.
polyamorous? Like,
because you both love each other. It's still love.
great.
regardless.
Poly means more than one. Poly
Yeah.
means more than
Yeah.
one.
So you love multiple people.
Yeah.
But he's okay. All right.
But see, again, the problem is that again, you guys are only looking at it from the prism of somebody who believes in monogamy. So you think that just loving multiple people must necessarily be unhealthy, which is not true. You can
No,
love
I never said it was unhealthy. No.
It's not healthy. I think
But-
for
but-
most
I
human
think it's
beings,
not unhealthy.
that
No.
we're- I think for most human beings,
What
I
I'm
think we're
what I'm
born
saying
not
is
to
that
love.
Brett
well, you
what
invoked
Brett
the
is saying
word,
that
so
right. So what Brett was saying was that he's able to still go out there and do what he needs to do, pursue his career, go to the gym, so on and so forth. But I say you can also accomplish those things in a monogamous relationship as well, in a healthy monogamous relationship where there's that liberation, that freedom.
Yeah.
So what? Tell me something that's different from that. What is so polyamorous about that? Because to me, I can still do that while I'm in a relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
So, for example, right, if somebody, as soon as guys get into relationships, I mean, this always happens. You go to the gym less. You go, you skip a few jujitsu classes here and there. I mean, that happens because you're spending more time with the person. But I feel like if you are in a polyamorous relationship, because the love is kind of spread thin, or it's not spread out, not spread thin, spread out, then you still kind of can continue your passions with the same intensity without necessarily having to lower it to show the other person that like, hey, I love you, I care about you.
It's just
so I think the benefits come in.
Yeah, and it's not like there's a right and wrong way if it's monogamous or poly. It's just another way to do it in addition to monogamy. So it's not a right or wrong way.
I think the way I pictured it was that one partner is not filling in is not filling in a certain part in your life that the other partner isn't. So you're gonna look for it somewhere else. That's why I thought it was mainly for.
I think that's a part of it.
It
sure.
is.
That's a part of it.
Dude, there's such a spectrum, man. There's such a spectrum.
Like if one person is, maybe is a better lover than, or like has more passion than the other person,
One has a bigger dick, yeah.
It could be as simple as that. Or maybe one person
Dude, listen. Relationships are not about these relationships are not about comparing. Like, I mean, you see, this is what monogamous, insecure people would say because you're not used to being open-minded, so you're always comparing yourself to the next guy. They're not comparing it. He's just like, look, we have an emotional relationship. We have this great bond, and we like to go to movies on Sundays because etc. And then the other partner is like, oh, I like to watch. I like to play sports. I like to be out. I like to travel the world. So like they all have different hobbies, and not everybody mixes into that world. So you want to share that with somebody, but you may not be able to share it with one person. Multiple different people. Yeah.
That's what I thought what polyamorous was. Like if he's gonna say, okay, well, I have my girl here, but then there's this other girl I like to go to the gym with, and then after the gym, we're gonna get it on in the sauna, and then I'm gonna go back home to my girl. And then there's this other girl who's also pursuing a career in the music industry. And after we're done in the studio, we're gonna go back to the telly, bang it out, then I'm gonna go back home to my girl again. To me, that's what polyamory, that's what I thought it was about. So with your girl knowing what you're doing as well with these other people that share the same hobbies and same interests that you have. That's what I thought it was.
It's like a community of love.
It is a community. Yeah, that's right.
When you find a second girl, if you do, you gotta come back and talk about it. Your experience.
Colombia.
Sure, man.
That's just
we're talking about relationships.
But that's what poly. But no, but
but if he
you guys are looking at it like
second woman, I want to know. I want to hear about his experience.
No, again, you just keep looking at it from a prism of like it has to be if she's fucking 5 guys, he's got to be fucking 5 girls. Like that again, you're looking at you're just looking at it from a monogamous point of view that everything has to be like tit for tat. It's like no, the polyamorous it's whatever the configuration is of the relationship.
I know. Okay. My question is, Brett, do you feel you'll actively look soon for? Okay, so I want to hear his experience when his full experience he gets. Yeah, multiple partners. Because right now it's so new. It's you don't have a lot to. You can't. There's no experience to talk about. It's only what he knows and what he wants. So I want to hear his
the experience is the fact that he's sharing somebody, but it's like
I mean, like the other half of the experience, like he's sharing himself to someone else, not sharing someone else.
Hold on, would you be? I think you guys would have been okay if he was with somebody else and she wasn't.
I'd be okay.
Looking at the guy perspective, red pill perspective.
He's happy. Are you happy, Brett?
I am, man. I gotta say, she's amazing.